Hi, I'm Cyaneink, and this is another Sunday swatching video. This time I'm going to swatch out my QoR watercolors, and I have used this quite a while now, so I know how these paints behave. And QoR is made by Golden, and these are really pigmented and bright watercolors, and they have minimal drying shift, which I quite like. And the first color is Nickel Azo Yellow, Pigment Yellow 115. One of my favorite yellows at the moment. And our next one is Hansa Yellow Medium, which is Pigment Yellow 73. I really apologize if I say numbers wrong. I'm really bad at saying numbers in English. Next one is Introductory Gold, and here I have three QoR set together. I use this 12 set of, I don't know if it's basic colors or primer set or what it was called, and then I have high Chroma set and earth tones, but I don't remember which came in which set. And next is Introductory Gold Deep, and this Introductory Gold is mixed pigment and this deep one is pure pigment, which I find quite confusing because I would expect that Introductory Gold is the pure pigment one. And then we move to oranges. This next one is transparent Pyrrole Orange. Which is really bright orange. Then we have a Pyrrole Red Light, which is this really nice bright red. I prefer these Pyrrole colors over cadmiums because, not because cadmiums are toxic, but more because I don't like how opaque they are, and I find they easily muddy my mixes. So Pyrrole Red is much less muddy. Then we have Permanent Alizarin Crimson. Also, what I like, I have these colors that have mostly single pigment colors, and there are not many mixes, which is quite nice. And if you wonder what the palette is I'm using, this is Shinhan aluminum palette, and my brush is Daler-Rowney System 3 brush in size 12. Magneto. This is pinkish color and I don't like it, but I sometimes use it when I'm mixing because it's so close to actually Magneto color. And then one of my favorite colors in this range, which is Dioxazine Purple, and this is single pigmented, and this is really dark and deep purple. This is really nice for doing shadows. In the mixing this is a bit problematic because I find it really strong and it easily turns the whole mix violet. Then we have Indigo, which is a mix of 3 pigments, but it isn't much of issue because this color is dark by its nature. So basic indigo. Then we have standard ultramarine blue. Which is nice. Basic blue. Then we have phthalo blue. I think I'm writing that wrong, but it doesn't matter. And I use my two paints right on the palette because with these colors, these are really strong watercolors, and it's almost impossible to use fresh color because it goes too thick and too bright, and it didn't look at watercolor at all. Just yellow blue. Then we have cobalt teal. This is really nice color, and this granulates really well. And I think this is actually cobalt pigment. Thinking about seeing the granulation. I'm not sure, I didn't check these pigments beforehand. But I have found that QoR has really good like naming colors what they really are and not using some hues and not telling that they are hues like some makers do, like Cyaneink. It's often colors that are hues but they are not labeled as one. This Viridian green, and this is only color that isn't bright, but it's because the pigment it's like this really light green. But I like it. And then we have sap green, which is tree pigment color. It's quite common to be from several pigments. There isn't that much green pigments. At least I haven't found many. And then we have green gold. Which is green gold, and this is single pigment. Then we have phthalo green. This tube didn't come with the sets. I had to buy this separately because I find that this set really lacks that basic phthalo green, which I use quite often. And this is single pigment, really strong green, which I like. Then we have lunar black, and this isn't QoR color, this is from Daniels and Smith, and this is red black that granulates really strongly. But I can tell there is one downside of this. This dries so hard on my palette that it doesn't stay on palette. It's like detach it and then rambles inside my palette and contaminates other colors, and it's quite troublesome. And also it's really, I find it quite invasive color. But here, now I will change my water because it got all black. Get to the neutrals or brown colors side in my palette. And there's also some colors that aren't from QoR at the end. This is Naples yellow. It's opaque tree pigment color. I really don't like it because I hate opaque colors. And it actually have pigment black in it. This is yellow ochre. and it's single pigmented color. It's quite nice. I'm not sure, can you see it on the left side of my palette, but here is my transparent brown oxide, and the neighbor yellow ochre has invaded on this color, because when I first filled this palette, I closed it to, I was on my friend visiting, and I filled my pans here, and then I got home and I have to close my palette, and yellow ochre like got this transparent brown oxide. I don't know, yellow ochre seems to be only color that got was liquidy at time. Venetian red color that I don't like, but the pigment red 101 is really weird pigment, because it can be quite different depending how it's made, and I don't like when Venetian red when it turns like this dull brown, but I like when it's rich red one. And also I like Mars Violet, which is made of PR101 from some makers. Then we have raw umber. I'm missing burnt sienna. I skip. Maybe I have mixed these cards up. This is raw umber. I often prefer burnt umber, but raw umber is okay too. Then we have Payne's Grey, which is also 3 pigment color, but it's almost black gray, so it's kind of not a bad thing if it has 3 pigments. Then we have ultramarine violet, which is this really nice granulating purple. It's a little bit weaker than dioxazine, this doesn't go so dark. I find this quite hard to get off the pan. Then we have a Taylor yellow green. This isn't from QoR, this is from Daniel and Smith. This is a mix of 2 pigments, but I use so much bright greens that I really think that it's worth of getting the mix. And this is my favorite color, this whole set. Then we have Mars Violet, and this is from Daler-Rowney. I ordered this because I wanted to try this out, and it was quite much cheaper than other artist grade paints, but I find this really hard to get off the pan. But the color is nice, reddish violet, brownish thingy. Really good for shadows. And this is pigment red 101, same as Venetian red, but this looks completely different. Actually, I can show it here. This is Venetian red, and this is Mars brown, Mars violet. Sorry. So these look quite different, but it's the same pigment. It's just a matter how they are, I think, processed. Then we have Cyaneink Brilliant number 2. Which is convinced mix of reddish skin tone. This is from Holbein, and I use this when I mix skin tones because I'm lazy and I use convenient mixtures. And this is mixed with 3 colors and it has white mixed in it. I also found it helpful because I don't want to put a white in my palette, so it's really helpful that I have skin tone mixture that's have white mixed in it. Then we have Shadow Green. This is also from Holbein. Pigment Black 31. This is also known as Berylene Green, I think, if I'm not mistaken. This is also a nice color. It's really dark green and it's single pigment, but it's categorized as black, but it's really dark. Then we have Mars Violet from Holbein. Again, I really like these Holbein paints. They are good too, but Mars Violet is mix of 3 pigments. There is violet and pigment brown mixed in this. But I use it as a shadow color, so I don't mind that thing. Yeah, if you compare it to this Daler-Rowney Mars Violet, you can see that this is much more violet color than this one. So it really shows that there is violet mixed in it. And then the last color, which is Cyaneink Brilliant number 1, which is also from Holbein. And it's also skin tone mixture. And it is much lighter. And this is also 3 pigment and it's white added to it, so it's a little opaque. So that was my QoR watercolors with some extra pans from other makers, and hope you enjoyed this and see you in my next video. Bye!